Well, hey, it looks like we have a visitor right at the beginning of the live stream. Welcome, everybody. And welcome Miss Melanie up here in the corner. Okay, there she goes, maybe. All right. So today I thought it'd be fun to talk about the Boss RC-1 loop station that I use when I'm playing U-Bass at some gigs and some other things. So first, I'm just going to loop a little song, and then we can talk about this here in a second about what I'm doing. I'm just going to fade this one out. Okay, so basically what I like to do with the loop pedal is build a little like song, a repeating pattern out of it that usually has a couple of things. Sometimes I'll do more than this, sometimes I'll do less depending, but you can start with either a bass line or a drum beat, and then you can add the other layer that you didn't add the first time. And sometimes with the drums, I'll do 2 layers, right? So I'll do like, and then I might add, and so that's like a bass drum and a snare drum. And then maybe I'll come back and I'll kind of mute up here and add something that's more like a hi-hat. So I'm just doing like a constant metronome or a hi-hat. So so I build it from like a drum groove like that, or I'll build it from a bass line. And then I'll loop that. So either way, you want to hit the pedal right when you start playing. And then at the end of the measure, really the beginning of where it would start over again, that's where you want to hit the pedal again to go. So let me give you an example. If we're doing a 1 measure pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we want to hit our loop pedal right when we play beat 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to stop it right on the next measure's beat 1. So let me demonstrate that real quick. I'm going to count to 4 before I start, and I'm going to stomp right when I play the first note. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp. So I stomped right where the next note would be. I didn't get it exactly perfect, so you're hearing a little bit of like a boom. That's typically what you want to do. So it's like when you start the looper, you're starting at the beginning of a measure. When you stop the looper, you're stopping at the beginning of the next measure. So don't stop it early. Don't stop it on beat 4. Don't stop it on beat 3 just because there's nothing else going on in the measure. So in other words, you're stopping on beat 1 and then beat 1 of the next measure. So if you're counting to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, you're starting and stopping on 1. Now the Boss immediately starts recording once you do this. So as soon as you click this, the loop is playing back, but it's also already recording. So in that mode, it looks like this. there's green lights and red lights going at the same time. If it was just playing the loop back and not recording, it would look like that, where it's just the green lights going. So right now I'm not recording, so I can do that and it won't be part of the loop. But where it was right when I clicked it, and if I were to click it again now, it would start recording. So it's recording an overdub now. So I got to be careful. So in the key is C. So now it's recording. I'm just going to add something. Okay. So that's in that recording thing. So I'm going to add a drum beat to this. Bass. Still recording. But it's recording over that one measure loop and just looping it over and over again. Okay. So to me, that's a pretty full sounding loop. I don't think I want to add anything else to it. So I'm going to click it again. So single clicks get you back and forth between the playback. And if you click it again, you're back in record mode, back in playback. If I were to double click it really fast, it would stop the loop. So see, I double clicked it. Now you've got this little triangle looking thing. That's showing you that the loop is stopped. It's not gone though. That's why there's still lights on here. If I wanted to delete it, then those would disappear too, and it would just be no lights on at all. But if I click it once, it'll just start playing again. And if I click it another time now, it'll be recording again. So that's record mode, playback mode, and double click to stop it. Okay. And then if you wanted to delete it and stop it, you could double click and then hold it down at the end of that. So let me start over again. Okay, now I'm going to double click it and then hold it down. Okay, and you see after I held it down for about 4 beats, what was the equivalent of 4 beats of that, it deleted it. So let's talk about another feature of this. So when I record, because I have to play at the same time, I'm going to set it back down on the floor and I'm going to make another groove. This time I make a 2-measure groove, but the idea still applies, just you don't have to stop it on beat 1 of the 2nd measure. You could stop it on beat 1 of the 3rd measure and have it start over in this case. So I'm going to do like a drum beat real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I hit it on beat 1 of the next measure. Now it's recording immediately just after that one click. It puts it into record mode, not into playback mode. So you want to be careful. Okay. So you've got that. So now I add a bass line. I didn't have to click it a second time. It's still recording. I like that space in that groove. That's cool. Okay. Let's say I didn't like that though. So while it's in playback mode, or while it's so it could be in playback mode or recording mode. Let's say I didn't like that bass line, but the first loop I did like. Well, if I hold it down for 4 beats, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that it did that little blip blip. Now the bass line's gone. If I want to add it back, I could hold it down for 4 beats and I think it comes back. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that grooves back. Okay. If I want to delete it again, it doesn't matter if I'm in playback mode or in record mode. It'll delete it if I hold it down for 4 beats. So see if it's in record mode. Now I'm going to turn it back to playback mode, but this time I'm going to hold it down. Well, it should have deleted it. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so I made a mistake there. You got to be in record mode. So if you don't like it, you can like hold that off. The problem was I accidentally recorded before doing that. So it just removed that layer. That was my bad. So it'll remove the previous layer. Is basically what happens. So if you're in playback mode, it'll record the previous layer you recorded. So what I was doing for the Ghostbusters theme, I'm going to go ahead and delete this real quick. Okay. So what I was doing for the Ghostbusters theme was I did the drum beat first, right? I think I did. So after that intro, because the intro wasn't using the loop pedal at all, I was just going like. I was doing tapping, right? So I was tapping with this hand and tapping with that hand at the same time. So that's what I was doing to do the intro. But then when I got into the song, dun, 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 I started with the drum beat, and I think I did it for a certain length. Maybe it was just one. It was 2 measures because the bass line had a 2-measure groove. Dun, 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 dun. So it's like the end of that line made me have to do that. So what I did was, if I was getting ready to start, I count to 4 and then click the pedal on the next beat. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. So now we got our first groove and it's recording. So our next groove is that bass line. So once I got to the end of it, notice it's playing back now. But I'm going to leave it recording because I want to be able to take off this entire loop for the next part of the song, right? I got to remember what the guitar part is that I'm missing. I got to do it twice though because it's 2 measures. So now I've got that whole groove going, right? Now I can take it out of record mode into playback mode. Okay? So then I could do the melody or the horn line. So I can do that now, right? It's a little loud on the playback, so I'm going to turn it down. That's the other thing, the volume on the loop pedal turns down everything that's playing. So you have it a little bit quieter so that your melody can stick out if you wanted to. Right? So all of that's happening while it's on the playback. So then when I get to we obviously don't want this playing in the background. So I have to hold it down for 4 beats and it'll delete the previous track. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to just the drum beat. So I could go. And there's more to it than that. I'm not playing the line right. It's right, it's all that stuff. I think it's that. And then when you want the other line to come back, you have to know 4 beats ahead of time. So it made this particular arrangement tricky. And you hear me mess it up if you listen closely to the video. Is if I know I want it to come in, then 4 beats before that, I have to hold down the loop pedal to bring the previous loop back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, release it, and boom, the groove's back. So that's how you use this loop pedal by itself. Now, if I want to stop the groove, I have to double click it at the end really fast, right? So I'm going to go click, click, like that, boom, 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 and that stops it. The groove's still there. If I want to start it back up, I can just click the pedal one time. And if I wanted to delete it, then if I go to stop it like that, I could just hold the pedal down for 4 beats after doing that. So right now the groove's still there. So I'm going to start it back up. But if I want to delete that groove, I'm going to double click and then hold it for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. It erased it on the pedal. Now we're ready to start a completely fresh loop. Now, double clicking is the most annoying thing about this pedal. In the Ghostbusters arrangement, it wasn't so bad, but sometimes when you're playing something and trying to double click at the same time, the coordination is just wonky and it's really weird. And sometimes the looper won't stop because you didn't successfully double click it. So you might be thinking, oh, I need a different loop pedal, right? Like I need one with 2 pedals so that way one can have that function and the other doesn't, right? But here's the thing. This loop pedal has an extra input right here. Do you see how it says stop and undo underneath that? It's really hard to see that little white thing. There's text on it. It says stop/undo, and then it points. And what it's pointing to is one of these inputs that's on the side of the pedal. It's pointing to the top one. So 2 different inputs and 2 different outputs. But you can also add a pedal to this. So I was thinking, oh man, I have to go buy an expression pedal or some specific pedal from Boss to be able to do that. And I'm like, well, what do I have at the house? Because those are probably kind of pricey, right? I had a piano sustain pedal, like a keyboard sustain pedal for my piano. And this one, it was like under $20 or something when I got it. I don't know what it is now. It might be a little more than that now. But it's just like a single sustain pedal, and it has this little switch on the bottom. So when I plugged it in at first, it was doing the exact opposite of what I wanted it to do. It was like it would automatically stop the loop with the pedal not pushed. And it would act like I'm holding it down, so it would delete the groove. So I'm like, is there any way to reverse it? And yeah, there was a little switch on the bottom that I could push over like that. I think I had it already set for this, but if you have a sustain pedal that has a little switch on the bottom, a reversible feature, then, figure out which one's the right one by trying to use it. And then all of a sudden, this allows you to stop it with one click. And then if you want to delete it, you can just click it once and hold it down, or click it once to stop it, click it again to, click the other pedal again to start it. So the stopping and undoing feature becomes a lot easier. So I'm going to plug the stop and undo pedal in and show you what I mean.